Chance the Rapper's Starline is a fine album. It's sonically pretty much what I expected from the big day in 2019 following his I Might Need Security and Man Who Has Everything singles, which is to say this album doesn't really impress me now this many years later. That is especially true considering one of the best songs on here, The Highs and the Lows, released 3 years ago at this point. There's other highlights, sure, but there's equally as many misses. If you didn't know, I'm a big Chance the Rapper fan, and because of that, and maybe my expectations are a bit too high for him, I remember the night I listened to Acid Rap for the first time, and I've been hooked ever since. I have a lot of love for his work, and to put it simply, it's not really because of his talents. Chance, like many great rap artists, is not the best rapper, or singer for that matter, but he doesn't need to be for his music to land. It's the unique vocal style and personality he brings. He's usually very jovial, with his childlike wonder and optimism being very fun and comforting, and allows for the serious themes to hit much harder as it feels like there's a genuine passion fueling his performances. While many people are calling this record a miraculous return to form, I can't help but notice it is often lacking the soul of Chance's earlier work. That's not for a lack of effort. There's many songs on here where he tries to conjure that up, but those songs tend to be the weakest links. I don't blame him. Chance is at a more mature point in his life, but he seems to be holding on to what's worked for him in the past, despite it failing to work now. While I would have loved a return to form from Chance, I would have also loved if he pushed himself creatively. Instead, he's just stretching himself thin here, trying to go for both. While there's a few moments that feel like new steps for him, a lot of it feels like retreading old ground but worse. Every song on here is a step ahead of his previous album, sure, but I would only call a few of them great, with the rest ranging from good to fine to mediocre or even bad depending on the day. While I may like Drapetomania, for example, it doesn't feel like it adds much to the record. The same is true for Gun in Your Purse and Tree. While I can respect the musical attempts made on these tracks, they have varying levels of success and don't complement the work put in by the best songs. Then you have something like Space and Time, which is overly cinematic to the point of feeling emotionally manipulative. The first thing I thought of was live-action Disney adaptation, something like The Lion King or Peter Pan. It's such an obvious attempt at an emotional apex without seeming genuine at all. Rather than feeling like an expression of emotions, it's more forcing you to feel a certain way, and I really don't like that. It's cheap. Most songs on here, even the ones I like, have multiple missteps that I could complain about. They feel like they aren't living up to their potential, which is disappointing after waiting so long for a new Chance record. Some of those missteps are Chance's rough singing and weak hooks, so it helps when he gets Jamila Woods and Jasmine Sullivan to carry that weight for him on No More Old Men and Speed Up Love respectively. You end up getting two of the best songs on here with beautiful production, incredible singing, and some of Chance's most thoughtful rapping. It really seems like collaboration is key when it comes to Chance, with Back to the Go featuring Vic Mensa, The Highs and Lows featuring Joey Badass, and Ride featuring Do or Die, with the remix from Twista, being some of the best songs on here. That shouldn't be a surprise if you're a Chance fan. His music has always been full of features, and it's always worked so well due to Chance's energy and personality. In a world where this album is darker and more introspective, perhaps he should opt for less features, but considering the tone and quality of most of the songs, it probably would have been beneficial to work with even more quality artists. The best part of Chance the Rapper's Starline is the writing, which has matured alongside him. He's consistently addressing themes and topics that are more substantive, and that's what really justifies giving it a listen. He's clearly trying to be more meaningful here, and while the music isn't always phenomenal, I think the writing deserves some praise. Even a song like Tree has intention behind its topic. You have songs tackling institutional racism, corruption in the church, aging, community, and even looking into himself, his career, his family. It's impressive to see Chance go in this direction with his writing, and I do certainly appreciate it. To wrap things up, this record is not the spectacular comeback that many people are claiming it is. There are some spectacular moments, but those are few and far between. Most of the record was what I expected, and a portion of it was fairly disappointing. This is a step in the right direction, obviously. I don't think most people are going to find this to be a bad record, but that's because it's pretty safe. In the future, I would love to see something new from Chance. Burn Ya Block, while not my favorite track, was at least something I didn't expect. A lot of this felt like he was trying to not upset his fan base further. There are the highs and the lows, and to end on a positive note, the highs are high. The best tracks on here make this record worth it. I'll be revisiting them for the foreseeable future, and some of them might be among his best songs. I think that overall this record is a high 4, maybe a low to decent 5. I know a lot of people might disagree with that, and if you enjoy the record, I'm happy for you, but I will be annoyed if you say it's better than his mixtapes because I don't think it's even close. You're free to say that if you'd like, though. Let me know your thoughts, your favorite tracks, all that stuff in the comments below. Please like and subscribe if you want to. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.